Hello guys, welcome to Solid tutorial. Let us see the APIs of HTTP session, or you can call working with the APIs of javax.servlet.http.HttpSession. So first question is how to create the HTTP session object, or how to get access to an session existing HTTP session objects. So there are three ways. There are three ways to get the HTTP session object. So what are the syntaxes are available? Here I already provided the explanation about those three APIs. First is you need to get access of HTTP session from the package called javax javax.servlet.http.HttpSession. So here HTTP, let me create HTTP session. Then this is my session reference. Then I need to get the reference. From the request.getSession. Request.getSession. Here we are not passing anything. There is no parameter. Okay. So this request.getSession method, okay, without any parameter, creates new HTTP session object on the server for the browser window if HTTP session object is not already available or not already created for that browser window on the server. Otherwise, this method provides access to existing session object. If the object is already created, that will use. If it is not already created or not already available, then this HTTP session request.getSession method will create new HTTP session object reference and will give to you. So this method creates new session between browser window and web application if session is not already there. Otherwise, it makes current request participating in the existing session that is already started between the browser window and web application. So this is the one way to create a HTTP session ref object. Now here you may get the doubt, sir, HTTP session is an interface. Here you may get the doubt, HTTP session is an interface. So how can you say it's an object of that interface class? Hold on, I will conclude that point also. So this next way to create a HTTP session object or to get access to an existing HTTP session object by using request.getSession, but here I am expecting to pass a parameter called false as a boolean value. So this method gives access to an existing HTTP session object of browser window if HTTP session object is already available on the server for that browser window. Otherwise it returns null. That is, no new HTTP session object will be created on the server for the browser window. If it false, it will not create new, it will try to use existing session object. So this method also makes browser window generated request or the client by the client to participate in the existing session that is already started between the browser window and web application, but it cannot create new session between the browser window and web application. Okay guys, so let us see about third way of creating HTTP session. Here the HTTP session, this explanation is similar to, here is, let me pass one parameter, boolean value, that is true. This explanation which is similar to this option A, okay. So this method creates new HTTP session objects on the server for browser window if HTTP session object is not already available for that browser window on the server. Otherwise, this method provides access to existing session objects of the browser window. Okay, fine. The similar explanation. So this method creates new HTTP session object on the server for browser window if HTTP session object is not already available for that browser window on the server. Otherwise, this method provides access to an existing session object of the browser window. Also, it is responsible to create and start a new session between browser window and web application if session is not already there. Otherwise, it makes current request participating in the existing session that is already started between the browser window and web application. Okay, guys. So these are the three ways. One is without parameter, get session, and two are with parameter by passing true and false. Okay, fine. Okay, guys, now let us see now how to create the new session attributes. How to create the, let us see now one more new point, how to create new session attributes. So here, to create a new session attributes, we have to use session dot set attribute, or we can use session dot put value. So let me call here session dot set attribute, or you can call session dot put value methods. So first of all, I need the reference. Suppose just assume here session attribute is already created. Session object is already created. I forget to give a note point. So here javax.servlet.http.HttpSession is an interface. So how can you say it is the object of is interface? Okay, so how can you say it is the object of HTTP session interface? Because interface does not allow you to create the object. So how can you say? So the answer is, let me give the answer for this. Is an interface. So how can you say it's an object of that class? So let me clarify your doubt. So HTTP session object means it is the object of underlying server supplied Java class that implements javax.servlet.http.HttpSession. Okay, fine. Okay, boss. Now let us proceed for creating new session. Don't worry, I will do this practically. So create new session attributes. So how can I able to create the new session attributes now? To create the new session attributes, we can use the methods. Or if you want to add new attributes into an existing session, because session object must be readily available before you want to set the attributes. Now assume you have created the session attributes, or you have got the access of the HTTP session object. Now you want to set the attributes. So you can use session dot, so assume here session dot set attribute. So set attribute, and now I want to set. So here is name, and I want to set here Shruti. Okay, fine. So in this way I can able to set. Or I want to set here, I set the string value. I want to set one more new attribute. So here I want to set here age, and here I can set in the form of integer value, new integer, and I'm converting into. So here, suppose like example, here I entered for 15. Okay, or even I can use session dot put value. session dot put value, and this is also in the form of key and value pair. So state I can use here Maharashtra. Okay, fine guys. Now or state Maharashtra, or I can use same. I want to use here same. Suppose college name. So here I can use here CSMSS and CSCOE. Aurangabad. Okay. Now maybe you may have doubts, sir. How can I set number values? So new integer. I can set in the form of 2533. Suppose this is my DT code. Okay, fine. So I want to modify existing session attributes. So how do I able to modify? How can I modify existing session attributes which has been already available into my session? Okay, fine. So I want to modify existing session attributes. So let me use the names. So here I'm using same. So you can use the same way. You can use the method name called set attributes, or you can use put value methods. Suppose name Shruti 2, I'm keeping here 15, age I'm keeping here 4. Okay, and the state Maharashtra, I'm keeping here Andhra Pradesh. Okay, college Chhatrapati Shahu College of Engineering. Okay, fine. So in this way I can able to modify the DT code. Okay, fine, by using put value and by using set attributes. Now I want to read existing session attribute values. Okay, fine. So to read or to get existing session attributes, we are having get attribute method as well as one more method, get value method. So we can use syntax session dot get attribute, and here you need to pass your attribute name. So take example, I'm passing here name. So here is the name. This will give me a string value. I need to hold into string name, and this will give me a string reference string. I want to read integer value. So here integer age, and let me typecast into integer, and here is my session dot get attribute, or you can call get value. So you can call here age. Okay, fine. In this way also you can able to get the value. Now this is about how can I able to read existing session attribute values. Now I want to remove existing session attributes. So you can take any one of the method. One is remove value or remove attribute. So here is my session dot remove attribute, and here you need to pass your session attribute name. I am passing here name. I want to remove age also. So in this way I can able to remove session dot remove value. Suppose I am removing here college. Okay, fine boss. Then but along with these methods like set attributes, put value, then get attributes, get value, remove attributes or remove value. Some of the methods are deprecated. So following methods are deprecated methods from Servlet API 2.2. So what are the method names? Remove value, get value, and put value. So these methods are deprecated. So better not to use. You can work better. I will recommend to use remove attributes instead of remove value, get attributes instead of get value, and set attributes instead of put values. Okay guys, let us see now how can you invalidate